What's up, y'all? You know who it is. It's your boy, Big Tank Hank, coming at you with a little something different, and I think you'll like it. This is the inaugural Snakes episode. I'm gonna have much more. Ball pythons, everything. Remember, I told y'all, due to my schedule change, I got 4 weeks that I'm gonna have to do some pre-recording. That's fine though, because I'm gonna still make sure you got some meat on the bone so y'all can chomp it. Tonight we got a couple. Texas Made Morphs is the name of their business and their fish. I mean, not fish, my fault. I'm so used to it, y'all. No disrespect, ball pythons, but hey, y'all check this out. You're about to get a whole bunch of what you didn't know, had no idea existed. My snake people out there that's got fish too, don't y'all say nothing. You let the people that don't know find out for themselves. And tonight, this way you're going to do it. Remember, podcast by the same name on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and Google Podcasts. Y'all go over there and check your boy out. I'm going to try to put more snake stuff over there. Give them something, something special. I'm talking about the fish people. We got this thing going on over here. But this ball python morph game, it's wild. It's wild. I might have to sneak me one up in this house. But hey, don't let me keep you too long because we all want to run out of time. They got a whole bunch of interesting information. So let me bring them up right now. Bow! Ravin and Nathan, Texas Made Morphs. Welcome to the Fishy Den.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Hey, no problem. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, we
have too. Yeah.
It's been trying to fight me, and I've been trying to wrestle this thing. That's all right. We here now. Tell the people a little bit about yourselves. Give them a little introduction and bring them up to current where we are right now.
Oh, well, my name's Nathan Martinez. I'm from East Texas, a little small town called Joaquin. I've actually lived in a couple of different parts of Texas, though. I lived down in Port Lavaca, actually on the beach. And I've stayed a little bit in the Houston area, too, in Friendswood, Conroe. Well, my mom did, so I would go over there and stay every now and then. But I've been all over Texas, kind of, really. So, where'd you come from, man?
I'm Ravin. I'm South Texas. Lived 3 years in East Texas. That's how I met him. I'm from the San Antonio area. Nobody knows where Nixon is. If you do, it's about this big.
I went to college in Uvalde, Texas.
Okay.
Uvalde, yeah. That's really cool. That's over there by the Frio River and stuff. I like going over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been into ball pythons. Well, I've had ball pythons pretty much my whole life. My sister was, she was more of the snake person. I had the lizards. Somehow that got switched, and I ended up getting into the ball pythons, I guess, more. Well, I had a big female when we started dating officially, and then we roped ourselves into going to a Herps and Corpus. And
I was kind of scared of when I had one when I was in high school, right? My mom and them had one, but I never took it out of the cage or did nothing. My stepdad would feed it. I would never have nothing to do with it. When we started dating, first time I ever came over here, her big female tagged her, made her bleed and everything, made her bleed her own blood.
Had perfect top and bottom jaw marks, and you just her like Velcro.
Oh no. But it didn't take long, I guess. We went to the first show or something, and I think I held one for the first time, and it was over with.
Yeah,
I loved it.
We just fell in love with Ivy, and
yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah,
that's cool. Explain to the people what a herp is.
Well, herps are technically the term for reptiles and stuff like that.
All together. Okay.
Yeah, most of lizards, turtles, snakes.
I think amphibians are even in there too.
Yeah.
Because they do the turtles or not turtles, frogs and I guess axolotls have to be amphibians, right?
Yes.
So all of that's all tied into the Herps shows. They combine everything.
So my frog make me a herp guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, yes, sir.
Already. I'm in the fam. I'm in the fam.
Yeah.
Now, we all know about the basic ball python. Do you guys have any idea like when the whole morph thing like jumped off?
Technically, I mean, I don't know. It was the 90s.
I think
late 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
When they, it was albinos, and then of course
Banana came around.
Banana came.
Pinstripe. And a lot of it's a lot of our morphs and stuff came from Dave and Tracy Barker. They're some of the biggest names in the.
But there was a few of them back then that know that really started it. That had them. Because back then, a banana ball python was $50,000. Yeah, 50, 40.
Pinstripe too.
Now you can get one for $300.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. Ooh.
Yeah, banana lost its value pretty.
But most of the morphs technically did that.
Yeah.
When they first came on the scene 20, 30 years ago, they was real expensive, and then once more people started working with them,
putting more into the market, they flooded the market with them.
And I mean, I can kind of understand it. Hey, fish people, let me tell y'all something. That ball python community over there. See, I'm doing this like so you'll think I'm talking about somewhere else. Like that ball python community over there is crazy. It's crazy. Hey, they're giving y'all a run for your money, as far as loyalty, man, and fellowship. Because they get down, they live streams over there. I'm here to tell you. And talking about connecting and people knowing each other. Oh man, it's something to see. What kind of morphs do you guys have?
We have a bunch of different kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of the basic stuff. Quite a bit of our stuff has pastel in it, which is probably what you see the most of, I guess. Aside from normals, pastel is pretty common. We have pastels, we have banana, we have pinstripe.
We have codoms, recessives. Most of them. I think we got technically every one. With codoms and recessives and
we have a whole bunch, and they're all mixed together too. Single genes, we don't have many single genes. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 single genes. The rest have other morphs mixed in with them.
Multiple genes.
Is that so? You can see like what comes out of the grab bag because you have so many of the, well, I guess special would be the word for it. Special genes involved.
Yes, sir. That was one of the main concerns. Once we decided to start breeding, we wanted to slow down on getting a bunch of the snakes that had a bunch of genes in them. So, because when we breed them and hatch out, we're still kind of new at it. So, we didn't want to overwhelm ourselves and trying to identify stuff. When it's mixed with something else. Now, if it was a single gene by itself, you could probably tell. But there's still some combos out there that
we want to get, or we want to make, or you have to watch out for. Like I have 3 spiders now. I have 3 spider genes. I have 1 single gene spider, and then I have 2 other spiders that have different morphs with them. So you have to be careful what you breed with those. You can't breed a spider to a spider because that creates a lethal. So none of the eggs may be fertile, but when the babies hatch out, they're more than likely going to die.
Yeah, there's a few tricks to the breeding that, there's
You got to be careful.
a few no-nos and, watch out fors and stuff like that.
And don't those spiders have like this tick or this
They have
twist or something?
wobble.
Yeah, so we have one that has a good wobble, kind of, and then we actually have one that doesn't wobble at all.
2.
Okay.
The baby doesn't wobble either.
Yeah, she doesn't wobble. Yeah, so technically we have 3 spiders, only one of them wobble.
Yeah. And you'll be able to tell because she's healthy as a freaking horse.
And you can tell, I've been listening a little bit because I heard one guy saying the spiders, they're beautiful. He said, but if you have a spider that don't have a wobble and you breed them to something outside of that, you can still use the genes, but you're not breeding the wobble.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always carry over, especially other genes help it out, actually.
Yeah, and we learned that because I loved the spider gene, but I held off I just recently got these in December.
Something like that.
Late December, early January, because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with the wobble. And from a vast majority of the breeders that we're familiar with and we talked to, they said their spiders never miss a meal. They may wobble, but they never miss a meal. And so some have it and some don't. It's just like genetics with humans. Some people can have this disability and others don't. It's,
And the 2 spiders we have are mixed with other genes, so that may be helping them out,
Gotcha. So what's your favorites independently?
Independently?
Don't look at me. I can't tell you your favorite.
I like bamboo. I like the pieds, of course. And then, if I had to give a top 3, I would say bamboo, pieds, and I don't know, probably clown. I like that stuff.
If I had to give them, bamboo's in there. I like my bananas. And I'd have to say calico. I like calicos.
Gotcha. It's so deep. Like, while y'all were talking, I remember you talking about pastels. On this little background, I see 1, 2, 3. I see 4 different pastel types on here. Mm-hmm. Then you have, like, let's say your Mojave sitting there. How? Oh, no, I think that's too deep of a question to ask right now. I'm going to tell you what the question was. Like, how can you, like, differentiate? There's some that's, like, so close, but guys will be like, hey, that's a Mojave, or that's a highway, and that's a sidewalk. And I'm like, but they almost look alike. How?
Yeah.
Are there just subtle intricacies to the pattern that stand out once you know?
Yeah, yes, sir. Technically, those things that you'll notice that certain genes do, and then especially, of course, once you start mixing them with other genes, because some of them react different to another gene. Your pastel is going to look different with the Mojave than it will technically a calico, or something like that. It's going to do different things with the other gene. So it's very deep in the sense. That's what we were saying a while ago. In the sense of we're still beginners, so we're trying to learn it,
I got you. Well, you said you won't have to try to differentiate each individual and not be okay. I got you.
And get too much over.
It can get overwhelming. There's some people, like a close, friend from SMS Morphs. I showed him a picture of a snake, and he just started rattling off the genes, and I'm like,
and it was like
that's what we were told, so I'm glad we're on the same page. And it's just a picture of the animal. It's not even him. The animal. So it's insane. It takes a lot of work, a lot of practice, and a lot of knowing your genes.
Oh, that's crazy. I know a guy like that with guppies. I have guppies, and he could take, it could be a mutt, a mutt guppy, but he could look at it and say, well, the foundation, looks to be this, and then with some of this involved, I'm just looking at it like,
yeah,
I guess. Oh, right.
Yeah, we do the same thing, you know.
Okay, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah, some people just ramble it off and like it's this. It's like, hey, but that's what you say. You know?
Or what's really insane is like when you watch like egg cutting videos, and like one of our favorites is what's his name, Mutation Creation. When he just snips off the top of the egg and he just peeks in there and he just right off the bat. And I'm going,
well, all those big guys like Brian Barczyk, Justin Kabelka, and some of the local good ones that we see, you know, they do the same thing. You know, they can cut the egg and just peek into it. You know, the snake's still curled up in there.
Yeah.
You know? They just see a little section of the snake and they can tell you what it is, you know. And of course, sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, we'll wait and see for sure when it comes out of the egg." But for the most part, they can tell you pretty much what it is, you know. It's crazy.
That's cool. That's cool. I know, like with fish, you can't ever tell from a juvenile because they could change so much. Like betta fish, a betta, man. I bred some bettas and ended up with this. I had 2 fry that survived this one breed. One was red, one was purple with red outlines. You know, small growing up. They got to maybe 6 months and turned cellophane. Cellophane is like clear, no, you know, like the color, just pigmentation just left. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, man, these are beautiful. Look at that purple, man. Purple with the red outline, man. That's off the hook, boy. No color at all. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's crazy. You know, and so do snakes are pretty much when they come out of the egg, they'll pretty much stay.
No, they'll change. Most of them change technically from babies to adults, and
Okay.
for the most part, they're prettier as babies.
Okay.
Most of the time they're prettier as babies, you know, because they start fading out. They tend to fade out some, you know, when they get older. Especially like pastel, you know, if you put pastel in it, you know, it fades out, it dulls it out as it gets older.
Okay.
It brightens it up as a baby, but as it gets older, it dulls it. So it's one of them things where you kind of, you know, that's like you said, there's so much into it to pick and choose and knick-knack with the breeding. It's just so much. It's like, well, like a year and a half, like I said, a couple of years into studying the morphs and stuff, and we're still very far from knowing it all.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to stay connected with y'all so we can go on a journey with you.
Yes, sir.
You know, yeah, that's real cool. Oh no, you good. Life happens.
yeah.
No, you good. Now, your is that a storage bin back there?
Nope, those are our racks. So that's what we keep our snakes in.
The PVC racks, they help hold humidity.
Oh, okay. Okay.
With
Yeah.
the Repti chip. They got Repti chip in there.
They do a lot better than the aquariums, unless you do the aquariums really well.
Yeah, because this one, it's what we used to have them in. Which way am I going? Yeah, this way. You see the aquariums back there? That's a bearded dragon in there now.
Yeah.
But we used to have 4 of our snakes in those. That's what we first started with. You know? Until you get into it a little bit more and you realize the racks and stuff are more efficient to keep them, technically better for them.
Yeah, because it makes them feel more secure. Because ball pythons naturally like smaller spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, and
they don't push the doors open like.
Mm-mm.
We've had several people tell us about their escapee stories, you know, but we haven't had one.
Not yet. We haven't gotten that pleasure yet.
Right. Hey, it don't have to happen. I'm not even gonna wish it on.
Yeah, some people have the locks in there. You know, they run like a rod through the front to hold them. You know, especially if you got kids and stuff like we do. So we got to watch out.
Oh yeah. By the way, Malaya opened Woodstock's cage. She pulled on the clip and she opened. The 1-year-old actually opened the drawer, so it's time to.
See, we already got hazards going on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd hate to come back. Look, I've had I've had some of everything escape when I was young. Come back. Oh, okay. Turtle gone. My Cayman, he's gone. I mean, I done lost some everything. Now monitor gone. If you name it, I almost done had it, man.
Dang.
Yeah.
And then lost everything. Looked like at least once. But I was a kid. You know.
Yeah. That's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a kid, but man, you don't want to be losing the alligators in the house. I mean,
No.
That'd be a trip.
My mom didn't know it was in the house, so crawfish came across her bedroom. Okay, we can deal with that one. I got a good cursing out. It's crawfish. I come and the caiman is out, and it's like, oh man,
That's a hard one to explain right there.
Yeah. Do I say anything? I better look. But it was like under my bed. It wasn't even nowhere like really away from the enclosure. He just like behind the chest of drawers. That's what it was.
Okay, that's not bad.
Stopped behind the chest of drawers, so I was good.
He didn't get too far. He was checking it out.
And I had a turtle that I never recovered.
Yeah.
Musk turtle just disappeared in the house. No, I lost a bucket of frogs one time, but I think the cat helped me lose those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with them. Now, so how many snakes do you have altogether?
42.
42. Okay.
Yeah, we
You
got.
Go ahead.
We got 40 ball pythons, and 2 corn snakes.
Okay.
And two lizards.
Did I have a corn snake? King snake. I had a king snake. But he would always try to bite me, so I got rid of him. Always try to bite me. It was like no taming him. He wasn't hearing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not,
Yeah.
We actually got rid of one of our pied females. She was little and she was evil.
She tried to bite you every time you opened up the tub.
It didn't matter what you did. You worked with her.
She bit me.
Well, I'm sorry.
Not her, the snake.
Oh yeah, she did bite the oldest child over here, and then I decided, okay, we're not doing that.
Right. Oh yeah, I had to move mine on. I had to move it on around. We couldn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't investing in that part. I didn't pay for that.
Yeah. We traded her off.
Yeah, and the guy that has her now, he told us at first, he's like, oh, I like them feisty. Means they eat. Yeah, you're right. She never missed a meal. He tells us now, whoo, man, she's mean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she barely missed you too, huh? Oh, I had a little ball and I had a big female. Now the female never ate. I had her a year. I ended up taking her back to the pet store. She never ate. The little one ate every time you put a rat in front of her.
Yeah, the big ones will tend to go off food sometimes too for different reasons, of course,
Yeah.
but
we had one, she went off food for 6 months, and it was because she was approaching 1,000 grams, which there's what they call the 1,000-gram laws. When they get close to 1,000 grams, they just stop eating. So, and we did every trick in the book with that snake.
Okay.
And
so is 1,000 grams big?
for a female, technically no. You're like halfway there with 1,000 grams.
Okay.
And they actually get 3 times bigger, 4 times bigger.
I wish I knew grams, like just eyeballing grams. Cause now this female was pretty big, man. She was. Let me see if she was. Around at her biggest area, maybe, I don't know if y'all can use this, but like 13 inches around, maybe.
But she was pretty big there.
Yeah, she was about 13 inches around and maybe 3 feet.
Oh yeah, she's technically full grown almost. That'd
Yeah,
have
she was.
been that'd have been 2 or 3 thousand grams at least.
Yeah, about
It-
13, about 13. Yeah, she was a big girl. Yeah, she was like, I'm not eating nothing. I'm good. And I
yeah,
mean, she moved. She moved around. She on the eating rock, off the eating rock. Saw her drink water. Just wouldn't eat. And it worried me. I was like, oh no, we can't. Didn't seem to lose weight.
yeah, it's the only time it gets kind of scary when they start losing weight. But technically, if they got plenty of weight, they can afford to lose some.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah,
They're known to go off food for a long time, man, for different reasons.
Yeah, I need all this information just in case,
Yeah.
just in case. So, what are y'all's like? I don't want to say long term. I can use it, and if you give me as far out as you can be almost sure of plan wise. And sometimes you may have stuff that's under wraps. I don't really want nobody to know this. You know what I'm saying? But like, what are your future plans?
Technically, we're gonna grow. We're gonna try to get much larger than we are now for sure. So we have a bunch of different projects going in different directions. Different morphs, and technically, I don't know.
I mean, our goals right now are bells, orange stream clowns, which that'll be a future project because our male and our female are both getting up to size. We do want to have them in their own room. We're working on breeding rats, so we just want to get bigger and.
Yeah, everything's steadily growing. We're steadily growing right now. We add a snake here and there. We got the rats going. Eventually, we're gonna, either put them in their own room, the snakes, and or a building, so we can have a whole building dedicated to the snakes. Basically,
Gotcha.
I mean, in size, probably about 3 times the size we are now with the snakes that we have. So we have about 40. I mean, one day we'll have 100 or something that we're breeding. Of course, your babies will come out a lot more, but I think we're looking at right now, just the striving for is to at least give it about 100 hatchlings a year. If we have 100 hatchlings and we can get rid of those 100 in a year, of course, you're going to keep some with holdbacks and everything. But I think we're striving for get about 100 eggs a year.
Okay. But where y'all at now as far as clutches and what?
We have one in the incubator right now.
Well, we got one clutch of eggs.
Yeah, one clutch of eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's
cool.
That's 10 eggs. We got 10 eggs in the incubator.
Yep.
Of course, we don't count our chickens before they hatch, but
yeah, no, that's never really that good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, how easy would you say it is to sell, like to move balls, like all variation wise?
Well, we've been seeing it and noticing, of course, like I said, we go on the shows. We're good friends with a couple of the breeders who actually vend the shows. So we talk to them sometimes at shows. Some shows they do really good. Some shows they don't do so good, of course,
I think a good example, it depends on the season, the time of the year. Like one of the Bryan College Station shows, I think it was actually the second one that they did. It was very slow for all of the vendors, but at the time that they held it, it was at the beginning of the semester, so all of the college students were moving in, and they weren't they were more concerned with holding on to their
money. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've sold maybe 7 snakes, and well, sometimes we post them or ask a buddy. Like I said, we know, guys in the industry hey man, I got this and this, you know, if you know anybody. Boom, he hits me back the next day. Yeah, I got somebody, you know, bring it with you when you come over next weekend or something, you know. Boom, it's sold. And then I got a banana leopard right now, a male full grown, well not full grown, but grown. And we've been trying to sell him technically for about a month or more.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Do you use like well, I know you're not supposed to sell on there, but like Facebook, you know, and things of that nature in the different.
There are some groups that will have like sell threads, and so you post the picture of your animal and put like your zip code and stuff like that. Of course, with that, you run into the problem of people that your tire kickers, just like with anything that you sell online.
I know about that.
When we get enough animals to sell, we will be using like Morph Market. And then we'll promote it. We see a lot of the breeders using Instagram. Instagram is the place that they don't like Facebook as much as they like Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook has more rules technically.
Yeah,
on
Instagram, it's just, for some reason, it works a lot better, to be honest.
Okay.
So we're on most of the social media websites. And one of the reasons why we started the YouTube channel was to help us eventually sell some, you know, because if they know of us, well, they can go check out the video and at least see the snake in a video instead of just a picture, you know.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
part of what I do on here. I like to bring people on, you know, that, hey, this is what I have, this is what I do. You know, then people watch the video and they'll ask me, hey, Hank, man, you know, can you put me in touch with so and so? You know, hey. So before we get off of here, if you got a email or whatever, I want you to plug all that. So, you know, people are able to get in touch, because there's quite a few people that keep well, I use the word herps. Sound like I know what I'm talking about. I know there's a lot of people that's in the fish, in this fish genre, this fish family, that actually have reptiles and amphibians and turtles, and you know, have all kinds of stuff, not just the fish. So
yeah,
it is broader than it seems, but it's like, you know, hey, this is the fish. We just talking about the fish, and then you find out in another way, you know, that they have other stuff. So I was like, man, I kind of want to bridge the gap a little bit, because I know I'm interested in it. So pretty sure there's a lot of people that are interested in it, man. That's cool. That I'm still trying to figure out that TikTok.
Yeah, she has a TikTok. I've been telling her I'm gonna get one, but I haven't.
I don't post a whole lot, but I do have the snakes on there a lot.
Okay, and the Instagram is real good as far as, that's where I found most of the people. Because I just follow folks. Boop, boop. You know how to be like, I'll be on y'all's page, and then you got the whole line, you know, of stuff, and I just hit through follow. Just go down the line, just so I can see, you know, all the different, you know, people and, you know, what they got going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's cool though.
Yeah.
Let me see. Have y'all thought about no, I'm asking anyway, because y'all just getting into the balls, but like take the boas and whatnot.
Yeah, eventually we're gonna get a boa, technically, really to help us get rid of our bigger rats, you know, breeder rats that get too big to feed the ball pythons.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll eventually have some of those, and I don't know if we'll breed them, but we probably eventually may, you know.
Gotcha.
You know, maybe, I don't know, but she's got a beardy. I got her a beardy, what, 2 months ago, month and a half ago. She's already talking about breeding bearded
dragons, yeah.
Bearded dragons. So
hey,
we're open for anything, technically, you know.
Hey, multi-tank syndrome can affect anybody.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Hey, that's why the name of my show is Big Tank. I didn't say what was in the tank.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And see, I finally got myself a praying mantis, and I'm like, okay, I need another one. I go look. I didn't think I mean, I like them, but when we got into herps and I started looking at all the different, species, because they're not morphs. I can't use morphs on a bug.
Yeah, they're technically species.
I just fell in love with them. I was like, okay, I'm going to need this one. I'm going to need this one. I'm going to need this one. But I don't want to breed them because I think that's a little too.
And you're gonna lose one of them every time you do it. For the most, that male, he's out of there for the most part.
Yeah.
When I first started thinking about terrariums, I was thinking of praying mantis because of this. This terrarium is a 12 by 12 by 12, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's too little for anything," I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna see what gets so big, and then we're gonna go from there."
Yeah.
My red-eyed tree frog is living his best life in there. His little jungle, full of crickets and springtails and stuff. He's chilling.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, let me see. What is the most sought after and most expensive morph? I don't know if that would be the same snake, but if those are two different ones, what's the most sought after? And what have y'all seen to be the most expensive? Or if it's the same one,
That's kind of hard because, like I said, there's a couple of the bigger breeders that are on cutting edge new stuff all the time. That we kind of just now it trickled down and we hear about. But of course, I know the stranger gene's pretty popular.
Yeah, I think it's whatever's trending. Because
like most things, huh?
Yeah. 2 years ago, it was clown. Clown was, and clown is definitely still sought after. But in the year that we've actually been actively going to the shows, we've been finding clowns with different genes in them to be a little less expensive than they were. Stranger is definitely up there.
Our buddy has a stranger, but it's got two genes in it.
It's a mahogany stranger.
Heck clown or something like that.
No. I don't think there's any recessive in that one.
I have to look back at the video and look at it, but it's like 16 grand.
Bryce from SMS Morphs, they've got some stranger, and then Justin Kaboka from Canova, he has some stranger stuff. I think the most expensive.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
The most expensive is always going to be your next world's first.
I'm gonna have to look up this stranger.
Yeah, it's I had to ask what the difference was. I always like to ask and because I like to get new wrinkles in my brain, so I like to educate myself. And I have, if I have a question, that's normally who I go to ask, or pretty much any one of the people that we have made some good social bonds with, I go and ask.
That's what takes us so long at the shows, because we sit there and talk and learn. We always learn something new every time.
Every show, there's something to be gained.
Gotcha. And I just have to wrap my mind around the prices when I'm talking about getting a snake. The prices, I'm still just like, how can I explain that to myself, let alone to But I guess you got to be in it, because just for a pet, hey, I just want one snake. I'm gonna go get a Mojave stranger, granite, het yellow belly, and then they tell me it's $1,000 or something. I'm like, let me just keep it for like 2 weeks or something, and I get back to you. Take pictures with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why the morph is kind of cool too, because once you hatch out one that's just a single gene or something that's kind of on the low end, you'll still have people that want it for pets and stuff like that, And of course, if you get something crazy that you're shooting for or something like that, and it's 1,000, 1,500, you're going to have someone in the hobby that wants to breed it, so they're going to pay you that,
Yep.
So it goes both ways. It's pretty.
And I guess too, you could when you really get in it, you could supplement with like basic balls, selling basic ones to people and put back in.
Yeah, I mean, technically, we're going to be using some of our, our hatchlings that, just, $100, $50, $100, whatever they are. Yeah, we'll take that money and just invest it back into something or whatever,
Gotcha. Yeah, man, that's real cool, man. I've seen some of these guys' rooms, man, with like 200. I'm like, how? How do you keep up with 200 snakes?
Yeah. It's a small job for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Then they raising rats over there. Then they had this notebook, and it's like, today, like you got this set of drawers, mouse. Okay. Didn't eat. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm like, you will be feeding all the time. Like,
yeah, when you got that many, they gotta break it up and feed multiple days a week.
Ooh.
See, right now we technically try all of ours in a day, and it takes us a couple hours sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to feed 40, 42.
Man, I'm trying to think if I saw one of y'all's videos. Do y'all have a notebook? And then you go down.
Yeah, I like to keep track of who eats and who doesn't eat.
Okay. Yeah, I think it may have been y'all. I think it may have been y'all's video now that I think about it.
Yeah, we keep up with a lot of stuff. Some breeders don't, which
I want to have that information for someone who's going to ask me if I'm going to sell this snake, whether it be as a pet or I don't know what's up.
Sorry for her coughing.
I know
what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just want a question. I want to be able to answer it and have the information for them ready and available.
Gotcha. Yeah, you kind of have to do that or should I say it would be responsible. Like with fish, you pretty much do the same thing with fish. Like I got stuff jotted on calendars, days, like, okay, this female, this day, look for fry this day. Then this set of fry born this day, which may have been extended from the actual day that she dropped last month, X amount of fry. Then you wait later on, see how many males, how many females, and then how many cubs. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So yeah, I can understand. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. That's cool. How many people like around you close that's also into snakes?
Well, technically, I mean, you have Dave here, but we know one or two big ones technically around here that are maybe 30 miles, 20 miles close to us. Another one of our buddies actually is getting out of it, so we actually lost him.
He's gonna do carpets and boas and I think bloods. Is what he's going to do. He's getting out of the ball pythons, but I mean, he still says if you got any questions, because he was doing it 2 years. He was in it for a little bit. So I mean, the offer for help is still there.
What are carpets and bloods?
Carpet pythons, and blood pythons.
They're different species.
They're just different species. Blood pythons. They get about as long as a ball python does, but they are chunky monkeys. They're short and stubby, I guess.
Yeah.
Is the best way.
Go ahead.
Carpets are the longer. I forget how. I think they get 6 feet, and if someone knows, they can correct me. I think they get about 6 feet. They tend to have attitude problems.
But they got beautiful morphs,
Yeah, so they got different morphs, and they're gorgeous too.
Yeah, even the different species of the snakes, they still all got crazy morphs, man.
Obviously that's a whole nother road. I saw a guy talking about chondros and how long it take to breed a chondro, and then they showed the snake, and I'm like, I thought that was a green tree boa. I mean,
yeah, there's a bunch of species and stuff out there. That's what I'm saying. We're still very much learning on a bunch of stuff, and it's a lot, crazy.
But that's cool though, man. That's cool that you guys, man, together though. Like my wife really don't care nothing about no about no fish.
Yeah.
Hey, but together, man, hey, that's it. When I say makes it so much easier, and I mean to have your best friend interested in the same thing. I mean, the
Makes
excitement.
here.
Yeah. It definitely makes it fun, because that's how we spend our weekends and stuff. A lot of times going to the shows and stuff. So
I was just gonna say the excitement level. Sometimes I bet it's just through the roof. Like
yeah,
I'm just imagining.
yeah. So we've gone to a couple of them in Arlington, up there in Dallas,
NARBC,
and we stay in hotel, for the night. We'll be all excited, ready to go to the show that next morning and stuff.
Yep.
It's definitely fun.
Okay. How about this Tinley?
We eventually want to go. We were just talking about it. We eventually want to go. I guess probably when I graduate in May and I get my job, we'll be able to start putting money back towards the Tinley trip because we do want to go to Tinley.
We're shooting for trying to make it over there, I think, probably next year.
Either next year or maybe late.
Gotcha.
Next year.
Probably next year. We would shoot for the end of this year, but probably next year.
Yeah, they've been flooding my timeline with Tinleys, and
Yeah.
And I'm like Tinleys must be like our Aquashella or something,
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Tinley. It's always in the same place though.
Well, besides a couple of times, I think they did it in a different spot during the coronavirus.
Yeah, they call it Tinley, not Tinley.
Yeah, it was still in Chicago, but it was at a different place.
Okay.
But of course, past week or two. When was it Tinley? 2 weeks.
Last week? Was it last week?
Yeah, that was actually in the original Tinley spot.
Okay. Because like the Aquashellas are like two in Florida, like one in Tampa, one in Jackson, two in Dallas. They're like they move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if Tinley did the same thing.
Well, the Tinley is the NARBC, and that's technically the national show.
Okay.
It brings people in from all over.
Yeah.
See, the Herps shows we go to, they go mostly in Texas.
They put on 30 shows. The majority of them are in Texas. They pulled out of Colorado, and they have
one in Oklahoma and a couple of them in Louisiana and Oklahoma. That's technically the only 3 states they do.
So how do they do? I mean, I know what I see on videos, but do they do like a show where, hey, I have this snake and I'm entering it against these snakes and somebody gives a trophy or because I'm like, it's so many snakes. How in the world could you?
No,
you would.
Well, yeah,
nothing like that.
But they definitely get it showed off because someone's going to come by and take pictures, take videos.
Yeah,
like I said,
there are some other vloggers some big time vloggers that will vlog the shows. Especially like NARBC, there'll be some people there vlogging and stuff with much higher tech
I think
equipment and stuff like that, and it's really cool. We go and watch their videos too.
You'll probably get a satisfaction out if you was a decent sized breeder and you had something awesome, and another bigger breeder or as big breeder came and bought that from you. You'd be like, yeah, I had something he wanted.
Yeah, I've seen that here recently on some videos where somebody's talking. I have such and so and so. No, they were at somebody else's table. And they mentioned another table down the way, and the guy was like, "Yeah, he had a such and such so and so, and I bought it." And then they were like, "Oh, he has a." I'm not gonna disrespect it and start throwing names out there again, but they told him what he had, like it was something new, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to go down there and check it out." He had stuff everywhere, but he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to." He had just bought one recently from this guy, and he was like, "I'm gonna have to go down there and check that out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. Word of mouth spreads pretty quick,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Man, hey, I'm definitely gonna have to look. I'm at 49 minutes, and I hate having this. I'll do an hour and 15 minutes, sometimes an hour and a half, 2 hours, because it's live. And this having to try to chop it down is killing me right now. But that clock, and I realized I have a live clock right there in front of me. At first, I didn't think I was gonna be able to see it, or I forgot, because normally I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Man, hey, thank y'all for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Very, very, very much. I need you to plug your social medias. Possible next show y'all plan on going to. You got 10 whole minutes. So this is about y'all.
Well, the next show we're going to, I think, is maybe Temple. Temple, I think, is in 2 weeks. That's out there toward the West Texas area, down south, in between Austin and Waco.
Don't get me lying.
I think it's about
new directions.
It's over there somewhere.
Temple, yeah, because the VA is up there, and God rest his soul. My best friend's father, we used to take him to Temple to the VA.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's up. Yeah, going towards Austin, up 45. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I'll let her give all our social media.
Huh? Oh crap. So there's the Texas Made Morph on Facebook, Texas Made Morph on Instagram.
Yeah, it's basically just Texas Made Morph.
Yeah. Email is texasmademorphs@gmail.com. And then YouTube right now it's under Ravin and Nathan because the email is actually my personal email. So when I was sending emails to like my instructors and stuff, it would pop up Texas Made Morphs. So when I graduate, it'll change.
Yeah, I can feel that one.
Yeah.
We used the wrong email when we started the channel. We already had like 20 videos up. So I was
like, we'll just leave it. When I graduate, I'll just create a new one for work and stuff, and this one can be changed back to Texas Made Morphs, so it'll be fine.
Okay. Ravin and Nathan, thank you for coming in. I'm gonna have to change the name of this stuff. Whenever I do one for the snakes, I'm gonna have to give it its own name. It can't be the Fishy Den, of course, but yeah, I'm gonna have to give it its own name. But thank y'all for coming through. I may use a little inspiration from y'all and put Morph in the title or something. But,
yes,
thank y'all again. Thank y'all again for coming through on this special inaugural episode of the Ball Python stream. And y'all might actually be up on my podcast side before I stream it, because I'm probably gonna stream y'all this Friday.
Okay.
So yeah, I might go ahead and put y'all on over there on that side over there. I'm gonna send y'all a link to that to my podcast side over there, and to the people that I was mentioning to y'all earlier that have the Ball Python. I'm just gonna send y'all their page so y'all could check out what they got going on over there.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I wish y'all all the success in this. Hey, y'all spirit and the vibrance. I can feel it through the screen, man. Y'all about this. Y'all about this thing, and that's the way to be, though.
Yes,
that's
sir.
the way to be. God bless your family. Y'all be good and have a good one. God bless.
Yes, sir. God bless.